And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquava, and welcome. Welcome to another round of Culturally Conscious Communications here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. Kedio Wado is my name, aka The Conscious Rasta. And weekday mornings, you and I get together live from 9 a.m. Pacific Time. That's 12 noon Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and 5 p.m. GMT, and 8 p.m., I should say 7 p.m. East African Time. It is right now 9:20 on the West Coast, 20 minutes after the top of the hour. Bear with me for a late start, but it was well worth it. It's been a magnificent morning. I just began my spring equinox detox fast. Spring began on Saturday the 20th. And technically, I began mine the next day because on Saturday the 20th, I had a bunch of fresh food in the house. And I'd said, man, I got to put this food away. And then I weighed myself. And I weighed myself this morning. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, this is Wednesday morning. And my weight went down 7 pounds in the first 3 days, really, of detoxing. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 7 pounds. Not only that, but yesterday I did 300 push-ups, and I did it in 3 different sets. Maybe I did a 4th set. I may have done, I did 325 push-ups. I did a short set. This, before going to bed, I did 100 and then did another 25. So we're doing the best. I did 30. I did a total of 330 push-ups yesterday. So I didn't miss my morning set because it's just been so busy around here researching and writing and doing my overseas contacts, which are very important to my life. But today, I want to, as much as I can, as much as I possibly can, convince as many of you as possible to take this journey along with your brother. Rejuvenation, revitalization, getting young again. Feeling, getting young, being young, expressing young all over again. I started this, I said I was going to do it about 56 days, so I know I'm probably well over about close to 30 days into it now. It's going to last through the end, or the 28 days after the beginning of the spring equinox. It began on the 20th, so that'll be 28 days. So that's going to be about the 18th or so, 17th or 18th of April will be the end of this 56-day period where I said, and I was very deliberate about it, I was going to reduce my physiological aging by 20 years. That's why we're on today's program. I want to convince as many of you as possible, as many of you who will listen, who will react, who will respond. I want to convince you that this is well worth your effort. Get young again. It's possible. I'm proving it. I'm not just talking about theoretical. I'm not just talking about some stuff I saw on the internet, even though I see a lot of stuff on the internet. I've been looking at the internet a lot today. And there's a lot of good information out there to be seen. So I really do want you to be a beneficiary of what it is that we're talking about, what it is that we're promoting, what it is that's got us so wonderfully, incredibly excited. That's what we're here to do today, to excite, inspire, and to inform. So, to the best of our abilities, I'm going to say to each and every one of you, get up, get up, get up, jump up, do something. Do something good for you. Do something good for the environment. Today's topic is Today on LIB Radio, we return to one of our favorite topics. Boost your stem cells to rejuvenate your life. We look at some uncommon supplements and dietary recommendations that create an ideal environment to rejuvenate stem cells, halt aging, and speed up the body's healing mechanisms, that's plural, obviously. So today we discuss supplementation to boost youthfulness. And not only supplementation, dietary and lifestyle changes to boost youthfulness through revitalizing your stem cell manufacturing process. Your body naturally manufactures. A lot of these people are signing up for this expensive stem cell therapy, etc. It's not necessary. And I say greetings to my brother Lim is in the house. Brother Lim is one of our best, absolute best students here at the Academy, the People's Academy of LIB Radio. So it's always an honor. It's always a pleasure to have you, Brother Lim, in the house, and everyone else who will listen, who will pay attention. It is well worth it. It is well worth it. So supplementation and nutrition. In fact, I named it something else on another site, but that's okay. We'll get all that together. I just want to get you excited about the possibilities here. Really, really, really get you excited. So that's what we're here to do. Are you ready for this? Let's get this party started. I pulled up a bunch of vital research for today's program. And Alpha Griot, Brother Lim, always a pleasure having you in the house. Checking in early, and we do appreciate those who see what we do here as important enough to tell their friends, to like and subscribe, and to let's all do this together. We've got a long way to go. They say if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go in a group, and I definitely do agree with that. So let's get into this party. Boost your stem cells to rejuvenate your life. Here's what we're going to cover in today's program for those of you who have short attention span and have a hard time with me when I start going deeper and deeper into the scientific papers. Now, where am I? I got one more mic to turn on, and the reason I got to turn that one on, okay, it looks like it's pointing in the right direction. I'm here, okay. Am I okay over here? And how about over here? Yes. I got 3 different microphones. Who's who? I'm pointing at you right now. Okay, that's you. Yes, you, and you. Everybody okay? Yeah, we all right, boss. Let's do this thing, y'all. Number 1. First thing lesson. Stem cells are undifferentiated cells that have the capacity to both differentiate and multiply into the 200 cell types that form a human being. In total, the body is composed of an estimated 30 to 50 trillion cells, making stem cells extremely important to human development. Stem cells are like the seeds for other cells, and they differentiate. They can become whatever your body needs and requests and demands. Number 2 lesson for today. Nicotinamide riboside shows evidence of enhancing the health span as well. This is a supplementation, NAD. Nicotinamide riboside. This is vital because added years of low quality life do not represent, for most people, much of a gain. No, you want added years of high quality life. We're talking about longevity and high performance together. Longevity and high performance together. Number 3, our lesson for today. The evidence is going to show that nicotinamide riboside, NAD+, is shown to renew. NAD+ is a particular supplement sold by Life Extension. Now, I ordered up some nicotinamide riboside today, but I didn't order it from them. I ordered it from my favorite online site, and that's Vitacost.com. No, I did order nicotinamide, but Vitacost was carrying Life Extension's brand. That's where I got it from. But I love Vitacost, plus they give me free shipping. So NAD+, that's the supplement, and I put that in today's promotional page link, is shown to renew existing stem cells, repair broken DNA, that's your telomeres, and extend lifespan. It's proven to do so. But we're going to talk about a bunch of other things that are also proven to do these as well. 4, we're going to talk about the positive health benefits of taking CoQ10. And these are so well established that it has become one of the most popular supplements. And many doctors, even conservative ones, are starting to recommend CoQ10. And I think I did order CoQ10 again this morning too, because I was out of it. Number 5, a spectrum of nutritional strategies help us to revitalize our stem cell production. And number 6 of what is on the list for today's subject, a number of toxic exposures damage stem cells. So stop doing the bad stuff, start doing the good stuff. Part of doing the good stuff is know which supplements to take, and part of doing the good stuff is knowing which list of foods boost your stem cell production and function, as well as revitalize your DNA. Now, that's a big proposal I put on the table. Some of you say, oh, come on, Keedy. Fountain of youth, revitalize, turn the clock of aging backwards? I don't believe you. Good. I'm glad you're in the house. Ask me the hardest question you can think of, and we'd be glad to answer it. So let's go into this research. It's going to be science today, so don't let your eyes glass over. It'd be best if you're on Facebook or if you're online, go to my Facebook page, Keedy Awadu, and I put up the research links to everything we're doing today, and find them and use them to boost up what it is that we're here to talk about. And as always, I'm going to encourage people. In fact, I'll open up the telephone lines right now. You can call us on our blog talk queue at area code 646-716-9835. That'll get you right through. And you can also call us on the studio line at area code 323-328-1863. So those telephone lines are open right now. As well as, let me put this other link out so we can get the biggest audience possible for today. I always have to put it out in multiple places. So I'm going to put it out on I'll Twitter it out again today, so all of us can get together and do as much as we possibly can. Okay, and speed up healing. Bear with me, Twitter. I don't tweet you a lot because, it's like, it just don't even let you say enough to really get in what you need to be saying. But I did, and that's out. And let's go forward. So, first article, nicotinamide riboside reprograms aging stem cells. This is scientifically reviewed by Julia Dosick, but written by Mickey Johnson from Life Extension Magazine, April 2017. And I didn't bring my copy in. Did I bring it? No, it's in the other room. This is what I woke up this morning reading that got me excited about today's program. So I came in, I found the magazine online, and I'll share these with you. And so let's go forward. Here we go. What is this? Oh, first of all, we need to go into the idea of what are stem cells. This is very important. So first, it says stem cells are undifferentiated cells with the capacity to both differentiate and multiply into the 200 cell types that form a human being. The use of stem cells to treat human disease is being investigated within scientific research, as well as thousands of clinical trials worldwide. These cells are bringing hope to many people worldwide, including patients, researchers, and clinicians. And I can tell you this much, it's expensive, and you know what they're doing? They're taking stuff out of your body and then putting it back into your body and charging you $5,000 for that. That's some BS. That's how Western medicine is. They're not going to tell you you make stem cells every day, all day long. They're not going to tell you you can revitalize your stem cells by eating right, supplementing right. No, those con artists, and they're con artists. And a lot of you are getting conned. Some of my friends, you got arthritic knees and this and that. Oh, let's do stem cell research. Sickle cell disease. Oh, let's do stem cell on you. It's con artists. They're con artists, and it's a con game. Trust me on that. Now, I'm going to give you the alternative of doing it yourself. Maybe just spend $40, $50 on some supplements and eating. Food is nature's most perfect medicine. I said it, I'll say it again. Food is nature's most perfect medicine. For the bulk of human history, a serious injury or long-lasting disease meant death. Whether the problem was infection, degeneration, or failure of a vital system, healers were at a loss for what to do. The problem? They couldn't figure out how to replace systems that were damaged. This is where stem cells have the potential to create a paradigm shift. They have always been creating this paradigm shift. What exactly are stem cells and how are they changing the way that diseases and injuries are treated? And this is from bioinformant.com. Let me see if I can quickly get that link up for those of you who are on our YouTube family. You've got that link as well. And maybe I can get it also on the viewing browser. Oh, no, he got the life extension research update. I can get it on this viewing browser as well. Bear with me, but because I'm producer, I'm engineer, I'm web manager, I'm on-air talent. Brother's bad. I'm bad, I'm bold, I'm here, I'm live, we're direct. What are stem cells? In this article, they got a lot of things. This is a very lengthy article. How have stem cells changed treatment for degenerative diseases? I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. This is what's called regenerative medicine. I can appreciate it, but I'm talking about regenerative biology. There's a big difference between medicine and biology. Biology is under your control. Medicine, that's an interface with a vast pharmacological healthcare complex that often, very often, takes more than it gives you back, sometimes gives you stuff that actually hurt you, and it has a strong tendency to bankrupt families. So that's not necessarily what we're going to be promoting around here. So I think I got this link, and that brother alongside you, Brother Lem, will be able to push these things up. Okay, let's go for it. Where are we at? We're talking about stem cells, regenerative medicine, which relies on the near magic of human stem cells, has come far in the last 2 decades. From medical problems that once seemed past all hope, such as leukemia and other types of cancer, degenerative diseases like osteoarthritis or traumatic injury to the body, humanity now has a range of solutions based on actually regrowing injured or damaged systems, which is what your body has been doing all along. When you got a cut, when you fell down, what happened? Your body regrew the system, the tissue necessary. Luckily, that's no longer the case. Oh, while stem cells have played a prominent role in scientific research and news for years, many people still don't understand what they are or how they work. Worse, many people believe outright that they're an unacceptable approach to medical needs. That's because the early history of stem cells relied heavily on controversial embryonic sources, meaning they took them from aborted fetuses. They're using aborted fetal tissue in other pharmacological processes, including vaccinations. That's true. Luckily, that's no longer the case. The ready availability of adult stem cells obviates the need to obtain them from fetuses. Also, the advanced pace of regenerative medicine has improved our ability to fight injury and disease. How do stem cells work? The human body comprises trillions of cells. When like cells work together, these are known as tissues. We have many types of tissues, such as nervous, cardiac, liver, and so much more. Cells are complex structures that have dedicated purposes depending on their location and function in the body. In other words, the inner and outer structure of each cell varies with the job it does. However, they share similarities across tissue types, including an outer membrane, inner organelles, the cell's own organs, and a nucleus containing our genetic code or DNA. By dividing constantly, cells are able to maintain the functionality of muscles, organs, tissues, and blood. Over time, the older cells die off and get recycled by the body, which younger cells take their place. That happens 300 million times a minute. You're growing 300 million new cells a minute. What are you feeding your body to serve as a medium from which these cells are grown? That's why nutrition is so critically important. And bad nutrition, malnutrition, is so horrifying on a cellular level. The result of birth that mimics life itself. It keeps a human body going for as much as 100 years and maybe more, 120 here. That's my promise to you. because I got a lot to give to you. And I asked the creator says, man, I promised the prophets 120 years. Get yours. Be a prophet. I need the help. Unfortunately, while cells are nothing short of miraculous in their machinery, most cell divisions can't keep going on forever. And then it goes on. I'm going to come out of here because they're really promoting the idea of the stem cell intervention, scientific intervention, where I am promoting the idea that food is nature's most perfect medicine, and your body is designed to do all of this on its own without the need of medical pharmaceutical cartel pharmacological interference. We're going to talk about how some of those drugs that they use, including many common over-the-counter drugs that are commonly used, like ibuprofen, damage your stem cells. You do want to stick around to the end of today's program. You probably want to tell 20 other people to tune in too, so they can get this information the same way that you're getting it. I'm going to go to my next article here. I see a couple of comments have come in. Presser is in the house. My people, good morning, y'all. And Ricky said, need the books to learn to regenerate the body through food and supplements. Ricky M., I'm going to be talking a lot today from Living Superfood Research. Actually, this was yesterday. We used that on talking about why I do not and will never eat meat. I don't care how hungry I get. I'm not going to eat no meat. Now, I might nibble on a little shoulder every now and then, but I'm not going to break the flesh. That'd get me in trouble. And Living Superfood Longevity. Master the possibilities of high-quality life extension. Much of what we're going to talk about today is in this book, Living Superfood Longevity, the owner's manual for the adult body. If you don't have it, then you don't have your owner's manual unless you got another great book by somebody else. And there are some great ones out there. I got shelves and shelves and shelves of great books on health and wellness and life extension and supplementation and nutrition. I got a lot of good books on that. And there's some great authors out there. I salute us all. Next, we're going to go to Life Extension Magazine. And we're now going to start talking about reprogramming aging stem cells. This is the article that I woke up with. Nicotinamide, let me be clear about that. Nicotinamide riboside reprograms aging cells. This is written by Mickey Johnston. And here, let me see, I can quickly put that link up for those of you in our YouTube family so that you can get access to this too. I think this is really good magazines. Really good information from Life Extension Magazine. I subscribe to Life Extension Magazine, and I encourage anybody and everybody out there to do so too. April 2017, again written by Mickey Johnston. In a recent published study, scientists found that nicotinamide riboside has the ability to reprogram dysfunctional stem cells, returning them to a more youthful function. Landmark study, an international group of researchers investigated the impact of nicotinamide riboside on lifespan and functions related to overall health. The results, published in mid-2016, were remarkable. Aged mice, and again, these are lab studies, aged mice, 24 months old, treated with nicotinamide riboside for 6 weeks, survived on average 5% longer than control mice. Now, that's just treatment for 6 weeks. Extended their life expectancy by 5%. While this may seem to be a fairly modest increase, consider 2 points. One, first, the supplementation began when these mice were already fairly advanced in age. And second, the average human life expectancy today is about 78.8 years. They'll say 5% increase in this figure would add nearly 4 years. A significant increase if those years are healthy and rewarding ones. Perhaps most importantly, this study suggests that the supplemented animals were healthier overall compared with controls. Here are some of the highlights of those findings. Aged mice supplemented with nicotinamide riboside demonstrated increases in maximum running times and distances and in grip strength. Two, or another point, chemically damaged muscle tissues from supplemented mice were regenerated faster, and regenerated muscle was bulkier than in mice fed the control diet. Point. Supplemented mice showed increased proliferation and development of new brain cells, especially in the memory-intensive hippocampus region of the brain compared with control animals. Supplementing with nicotinamide riboside. I ordered mine this morning. Point. And now, next section. Reprogramming dysfunctional cells. With aging, adult stem cell function declines. Stem cell senescence is what that's called. Senescence is programmed cell death, cell decline and death, causing a loss in tissue homeostasis and regeneration. Researchers found that nicotinamide riboside increased strength, endurance, and recovery times in aged mice because it increased the number and function of muscle stem cells, providing the mice greater resources for maintaining strong, healthy muscles. Boy, y'all didn't want to see that photograph I took this morning of myself flexing. But I was looking so good, I said, dang, Keely, you need to put this out here as some bait. So I jumped out of the shower. I was modest. I'm very modest, brother. I don't be showing you ain't looking at my junk unless you let me look at your junk. At the same time. Not sexting or texting. Whether it's sexting, yeah, no, we do it. Okay, back on topic. The study showed the supplementation with nicotinamide riboside led to significant improvements in lifespan and factors influencing health. The fact that these changes occurred in aged mice gives hopes to older individuals who are looking for viable ways to live longer, healthier lives. How it works. The reason why nicotinamide riboside is such a potent promoter of health span and lifespan is because once it enters the body, it converts to one of the most essential factors in energy production in cells, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, NAD+. Let me repeat that, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Now, if you understand what that says, that's kind of a sentence in chemical, biological, cellular language. But if you understand what that says, that's the dynamics of energy production. And everything about life is about energy. NAD+, again, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, has two key functions in the body that help combat aging. First, it enhances cellular energy by boosting the function of mitochondria, the body's cellular power plants that convert the food we eat and oxygen into energy our bodies can use. While age-related mitochondrial dysfunction can result in tissue and organ failure, studies show that restoring mitochondrial function slows aging and extends longevity. And again, restoring it is essentially rejuvenation, revitalization, because everything is about energy. Second, NAD activates enzymes called sirtuins that control gene expression. Oh, snap. Yep, we're going right there. It activates enzymes called sirtuins that control gene expression. SIRT enzymes turn off certain genes that promote aging, such as those involved in inflammation, in fat synthesis and storage, and in blood sugar management. By boosting the body's levels of NAD, nicotinamide riboside helps protect the body against some of the most potent age-accelerating processes that threaten longevity. 3 of these disorders, including obesity, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and cognitive decline. And let's look at nicotinamide riboside's impact on each one. Now, before I get to that, a couple of you are commenting. No one is calling, but you know the numbers by now. Maybe I need to put them up again, but you know where the numbers are to be found. And for our Facebook family, in just a few minutes, we're going to switch you over to, after I'm finished this first article, I'm going to finish the rest of the show on the YouTube family. So I put the link up on Facebook for those of you who wish to tune in there. Let me put it up again, because I don't want you to miss out. Please, I don't want you to miss out. It's very important that we all learn, study, grow together, build together, create, transform future, support each other in this whole process. So putting up these links, and where are we at? Paste and launch. Okay. So that's where you're going to get the program for today. Couple of comments that come in on YouTube. Eddie in the house. Always great to have you in the house, Brother Eddie. Greetings, Brother Keaty. How does decaying teeth affect us in our attempt to rejuvenate and extend our life expectancy? Teeth are a strong indicator of your bones. If your teeth are bad, your bones are bad. And if your bones are bad, your muscles are going to be bad because they have a weak framework and everything's going to go downhill. The main thing about decaying teeth is, 1, you must combat chronic inflammation. 2, you must avoid as much sugar as you possibly can, because sugar is going to feed the bacteria, release the toxins that decay these materials, they degenerate these materials, as well as you gotta get your minerals in order. You should be supplementing with a broad-based mineral supplementation. You gotta have maximum amount of magnesium, maximum amount of potassium, maximum or a reasonable amount of calcium. Sodium is critical. There are 8 major minerals, and so strong teeth and bones requires combating inflammation and promoting enzymatic activity. All of your vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and bones. What I think I just described, the eight essential nutrients that we must consume every day. I am really on this because teeth are an indicator to me of my health. That's one of my things I use to judge my health. And I have all my choppers. In fact, I got an extra one. I even got my wisdom teeth in there too. On this side, they can be a little problematic because they tend to reach out and grab food and say, let me hold on to this one for a day, boss. No, get out of my mouth or go down my throat. But I even have a baby tooth. It started to come out when I was a small child, and I went to this old aging dentist, and he said, oh, don't worry, it'll come out. Well, it'll come out, but 65 years later, maybe about 60 years later, it's still in there, a baby tooth, right there. And it pushes my smile around a little bit. That's the kind of real generous with the smile anyway. But teeth are something very important. I've only had one cavity in my whole life, so teeth are something very important because your teeth and your bones correspond. I took a real hard fall on my bike in November of last year, and no broken bones. It was a real hard fall, but no broken bones. I'm very, very proud of this, especially when we get older. I'll be 66 later this year. When we get older, we really do have to be concerned about falls and breaking bones and hurting ourselves in a long time. Now, good question, Eddie. So everything I said is in the books. You definitely do. If you're not already, you are already, Brother Eddie. I know you're on Living Superfood Recipes, Volume 1, especially Volume 2, if you're really deep. And then I just reprinted, and I have my copy. Oh, I just got them in the mail yesterday. My copy I had sent out. Transforming Soul Food for the Body, Mind, and Spirit with 25 of my favorite vegan soul food recipes. Eat the food. Eat the food generously. Do all of the good stuff, the 7 principles of optimal health. Because teeth, it's just too important. And a lot of people, most people expect that their teeth are going to decay and fall out and rot and all this other stuff and root canals and all this stuff. No! Don't go that route. Don't presume that's natural. Next question. Alpha Grill just received my new Life Extension magazine for April 2021. All right, I'm proud of you, Brother Lim. Snotball in the house. That's King Jason. King Jason in the house. Nicotinamide and spermidine both are going to be the next breakaway supplements. I've never heard of spermidine. That sounds like that could be, good for skeet. I don't know. Spermidine? Maybe you can put up a linker. What is spermidine? Spermidine do these supplements increase autophagy? Well, autophagy is really kind of natural. Autophagy is when old cells decline and your body recycles some of the materials. That's autophagy. I don't know whether you're talking about apoptosis, which is senescence, cell senescence, programmed cell death, but autophagy, again, is a natural process. So I would say yes, because, autophagy is run by energy, and the energy is part of the process of the cells. The mitochondria are creating energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate. So that makes sense, yes. And he says spermidine does. I've never heard of spermidine before. Let me real quickly look that up, because if that's going to help me write my name in the snow again, I'm cool with that. I'm definitely down with that. Spermidine. What is spermidine? What is spermidine? It sounds nasty. Spermidine is a polyamine compound found in ribosomes and living tissues and having various metabolic functions within organisms. Okay, I like that. Having various functions, it was originally isolated from semen. I don't even want to know about the research y'all was doing. I'm a pass on that. But it says that spermidine is good for you. Spermidine-rich foods may prevent liver cancer and other things. So I'll look that up. I may have to do a program on that one. Thank you. Spermidine only works in a feasted state. That's nasty. You shouldn't say the word sperm and feast in the same sentence. Unless it's, women talking to each other. Or gays talking to each other. Let's go back to the topic. We're still on the research. I'm still on my first article. I got like 6 articles to go through. Maybe this will be part 2. We're talking about obesity. Let's look at nicotinamide riboside's impact on each one of these 3. And these are obesity, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and cognitive decline. Obesity. A 2012 paper showed that nicotinamide riboside supplementation in both cultured cells and tissue activates sirtuins, which boost fat burning and prevent some of the metabolic changes induced by obesity. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is the most common chronic liver disorder in industrialized nations and one closely related to our obesity epidemic, fatty liver. If your people walk around with a big old swollen belly, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Didn't know that? Now you do. And one closely related to our obesity epidemic, nicotinamide riboside was found to prevent and even reverse NAFLD in mice on a high-fat, high-sugar diet, the American diet. This effect was due to its ability to increase sirtuin activity, which resulted in sharp increases in mitochondrial fat burning, as well as increases in the energy storage molecule ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which all cells require to perform their functions. And Alzheimer's disease, mitochondrial dysfunction, and poor energy management in brain cells are closely associated with the development of Alzheimer's disease. Nicotinamide riboside helps combat both of these factors. A recent study of a mouse model of Alzheimer's showed that supplementation with nicotinamide riboside for 3 months significantly slowed cognitive deterioration. As expected, these results appear to arise from the supplement's ability to improve energy production in brain cells. So, summary: the concept of radical life extension is steadily moving from science fiction to science reality. Nicotinamide riboside shows evidence of enhancing the health span as well, not just lifespan, but health span. This is vital because adding years of low quality life does not represent for most people much of a gain. This landmark study indicates that supplementing with nicotinamide riboside could help one live longer and healthier. More research is urgently needed to corroborate these remarkable findings. Next article from the same magazine, Nicotinamide, and this is from the magazine entitled Life Extension Magazine from February 2020, and I'll put this link up here too. And it says NAD is shown to renew existing stem cells, repair broken DNA, and extend lifespan. Stem cell exosomes. You learned about exosomes during our research into COVID-19, when we showed that viruses are most likely, probably, really just a very common and necessary thing your body makes called exosomes. And these virologists really can't tell you how they distinguish one from another. Didn't know that. Well, now how you do? What you gonna do with it? Stem cell exosomes have regenerative properties that help restore functional cells needed to maintain tissue and organ viability. These exosomes that they're calling viruses might just be your stem cells talking to other parts of your body, or your body sending out these things to go to the stem cells and tell the stem cells, hey, we need you guys over here in the liver. We need you in fingernails. We need you to differentiate yourself and come over and help us repair parts of the heart or the kidneys. But now you're taking antiviral drugs, and I don't cuss, but this is where the F-bomb wants to fit right inside of a sentence. You're taking antiviral drugs which screw up the whole function of how your body is attempting to heal itself. And you wonder why antiviral drugs cause such high morbidity and mortality. People, you've been had. You've been misled. You've been conned. You've been hoodwinked. You've been switching over right now to the YouTube page so you can continue the program for today. I just switched over the Facebook Live to YouTube. And how many people we got on YouTube? I can't tell right now. I don't know why, but for some odd reason, they're not letting me look at everything I'm normally looking at here on YouTube. How many people we got in here? Can't tell. That's okay. I know you're with me anyways. I know you love me. You don't even have to ask me. I know you love me. Okay. All right, here we continue. I don't know what the deal is over there, but that's okay. I know I'm up because I sure look good. And you're talking to me too. Next article, here we go. Overlooked when considering exosome treatments is the ability to rejuvenate existing stem cell pools, utilizing approaches many of you already follow. This includes activating AMPK, which I will tell you what that means in just a second, and restoring youthful levels of sirtuins and NAD, that's nicotinamide. I've said it a dozen times today. Riboside, nicotinamide riboside. Increasing NAD is a promising way to self-renew existing stem cells in order to extend lifespan and prevent disease. A study published in June 2019 shows how an NAD boosting supplement called nicotinamide riboside increased stem cell colonies by 75% in the gut of aging mice. And now, they said in the gut. Now, is that in the gut meaning they've already migrated from where they come from? I'm presuming the stem cells are manufactured by the bone marrow and or lymphatic nodes. But I could be wrong about that. Age-related sleep deterioration. Other studies point to the role of NAD in restoring circadian rhythms needed for restorative sleep. Restoring circadian rhythms. That functions where? The pineal gland. So all y'all talk about pineal gland. Most of you are talking about it in a way that it doesn't really function like that, but that's okay. Get happy anyway. But you talk about the pineal gland. Well, here now they're talking about stem cells and improving the functionality of the pineal gland. Other studies point to the role of NAD in restoring circadian rhythms needed for restorative sleep. Age-related sleep deterioration and digestive disorders adversely impact quality of life and accelerate degenerative processes in older individuals. The most critical role of NAD is DNA repair. Each day, our DNA sustains numerous breaks that are repaired by NAD-dependent enzymes. With age, NAD levels plummet. Another study published in 2019 showed that a modest dose of nicotinamide, could be it's nicotinamide riboside, boosted NAD levels by 51% in overweight human beings. We advise holding off on most stem cell infusions until more is known about safety and efficacy. And I say absolutely yes. For me, stem cell infusions are a con game. But that's my opinion. The medical industry obviously would call me a quack for saying things like that. I say it's a con game because they're manufactured by the body any day, all day long. Why don't you just tell the people how to tune their body to maximize and optimize stem cell production? No, we can't make any money off of that, you quack. New data reveals how NAD improves functionality of existing stem cells and replenishes mitochondria in cells throughout the body. What is NAD? Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, that's NAD, is a compound found in every living cell. It is critical for cell energy production. Recent research shows NAD does more. There are hundreds of different proteins in each cell require NAD to work properly. The most important proteins are the sirtuins, cellular guardians that protect against DNA damage that lead to many age-related ailments. Sirtuins are an important target for anti-aging interventions. Multiple animal studies have demonstrated that increasing sirtuin activity leads to longer life and reduction in age-related loss of function. As NAD levels decline with aging, there is a reduced sirtuin activity. Boosting NAD helps ramp up sirtuin activity. Increasing NAD levels can bring additional benefits tied to healthy longevity, including promoting AMPK activity. We'll get to that in just a second. AMPK, an enzyme that improves metabolism and helps protect against obesity and diabetes. Protect against. 2, modulating P53, a tumor suppressor gene that repairs damaged DNA and protects against cancer initiation. Inhibiting NF-KB, nuclear factor kappa B, a protein that induces the chronic inflammation tied to many diseases and premature aging, and inhibiting mTOR, a molecular complex whose abnormal activation contributes to many chronic diseases of aging. So, the next section says we retain stem cells as we age. Stem cells are capable of self-renewal. Stem cells differentiate into functional somatic tissue cells. The number of stem cells may not greatly decrease with age. Aging reduces regenerative potential of stem cells. Stem cell senescence contributes to age-related conditions. And so, therefore, there we go. We got through it all. And did I give a definition of APMK? APMK. Okay, this next article. No, it's not another article. Okay, I'm going to skip over this because it's getting highly technical, and I'm about to lose you if I do that. Let's go next to our next article. But I did talk about APMK. What APMK does is a number of things, including lowers excesses, a mammalian target of rampacin complex, It also replenishes NAD cell levels. And it's an enzyme. It activates sirtuins with resveratrol. Sirtuins are a family of signaling proteins involving metabolic regulation. They are ancient in animal evolution and appear to possess a highly conserved structure throughout all kingdoms of life. They're essential to life, sirtuins. Now, next article, 7 amazing benefits of CoQ10. This is a supplement I know all of you are already taking. An AMPK activated protein kinase. Again, it's an enzyme that activates DNA activity. Thank you, Brother Alpha Grill, for looking that up. 7 amazing benefits of CoQ10. And no calls, no callers? Okay, still keep going. CoQ10 is fuel for your heart. Did I say your heart? No, I said your heart. I went Ebonics on you real quick. And see, I can do that. I have the ability to switch in and out of Ebonics just so quickly. Sometimes I amazes myself. And I again encourage everyone out there, spread the word about today's program. This should be one of the most watched programs by people who want to live longer of our generation. There's not too many people other than myself, maybe Gary and Noel and a couple of other people that are advanced science that can broadcast this kind of information. And as far as people of African heritage, I don't know anybody else this deep in it. I'm sure they're out there. I just don't know about you. Now we're going to talk about CoQ10. And CoQ10 is one of our favorite nutritional supplements. CoQ10 is fuel for your heart. Your heart beats about 100,000 times a day to get its job done, and is fueled by CoQ10, which is why so many scientific studies have shown that it confers powerful support for your entire cardiovascular system. When your heart has high levels of CoQ10 it works like a charm. You see, your mitochondria, the cell's energy factories, need CoQ10 to generate ATP energy to keep your heart cells functioning and healthy. So CoQ10 and NAD+, oh yeah, we got some more for you today. We got the food too. We haven't even talked about the food. We're just talking about the supplements. When your heart has high levels of CoQ10, it works like a charm. But when levels get too low, your heart strains to do its job. And ultimately, your entire body suffers. By age 50, your CoQ10 levels start to rapidly decline. According to leading experts on the cutting edge of natural health, it is critical to supplement with CoQ10 as you age. After the age of 30, your natural levels of CoQ10 begin to diminish. By the age of 50, this depletion of CoQ10 continues to accelerate. And by age 70, your natural CoQ10 levels may be 50% lower than they were when you were a young adult. 7 incredible benefits of CoQ10. Number 1, improves cardiovascular function. Number 2, boosts energy and stamina. Number 3, supports cognitive function. Number 4, fights free radical damage. Number 5, supports healthy vision and hearing. Number 6, improves oral health. And number 7, promotes smooth, supple, age-defying skin. Get me some CoQ10. That was on my shopping list this morning too. I ordered NAD Plus and CoQ10. This is a restock up. And I'm going to add that one, NAD Plus. I'm going to add that one to Living Superfood Longevity. So next time I get it sent to the printer again, I will have 37 or more supplements, because there's some others I've been learning about that I think should be added to my arsenal of anti-aging supplements. That's chapter 14 of Living Superfood Longevity. And CoQ10 is in it. Let me tell you what CoQ10 is, what I wrote about it earlier, and then we'll go back to the research. CoQ10, chapter 14. Co begins with a C. They're all in alphabetical order. CoQ10, a mitochondrial energizer, counters heart ailments and neurological disorders. It is a cancer-fighting agent, prevents migraine headaches, slows macular degeneration, slows the progress of neurodegenerative diseases, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, ALS, and others, protects against hearing loss, improves cognitive function, extends lifespan, assists muscle regeneration, it's good for post-surgery recovery, preserves male fertility, fights amyloid beta peptides, Alzheimer's associated plaque in brain tissues, supports diabetes treatment, lowers blood triglycerides, and counters the effects of chemotherapy. Now, hey, Life Extension Magazine, you said some nice things. They gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I gave you so much more. This book came out in 2016. I gave you so much more about the benefits of CoQ10. So I can appreciate it. I'm wondering sometimes, do you, our listening audience, really know who I have become? And sometimes I amaze myself. I will admit, sometimes I amaze myself of what I have become intellectually. But I don't have time to be just dwelling on that. We got to get to the point where we're using this stuff for real. Not just me shouting at you, shouting at me, shouting at you. We got to get to the point that we really, really do use this stuff, people. Are you hearing me? Yes, we hear you, Kitty. We hear you. You're repeating yourself. Okay. CoQ10 works best when it's supported by pyrroloquinone. Let me get it right. Pyrroloquinone, PQQ, and other heart and brain supporting nutrients like L-carnitine. I got that one in the book. Omega-3s, got that one in the book. Resveratrol, got that one in the book. And vitamin D3, I got that one in the book too. Many supplements only contain CoQ10 and nothing else, which means you aren't getting the full benefits. Pyrroloquinone, also called methoxetin, is a redox cofactor and antioxidant. It is found in soil and foods such as kiwi fruit, as well as human breast milk. Enzymes containing PQQ are called quinoproteins. Glucose dehydrogenase, one of the quinoproteins, is used as a glucose sensor. And again, by hydrogenase, that's an enzyme, glucose hydrogenase. That's pretty good information. Specifically, research shows PPQ or PQQ can 1. Increase energy and boost metabolism. 2. Improve learning and memory ability. 3. Combat inflammation and oxidative stress. 4. Support long-term brain and heart health. And 5. Reduce anxiety and improve sleep quality. 6. Promote overall healthy aging. So sounds like I need to go to Vitacost, VITACOST.com. And I need to put in PQQ and see what comes up on, insofar as some PQQ. I may need to add that one to my list as well. So I'm going to remember that one. That is pyrroloquinone, or PQQ. Okay, so I'm going to put that in and search for that, and I'll come back to that later in the program. Next article. Dietary and Metabolic Control of Stem Cell Function in Physiology and Cancer, written by Maria Mihalova from Cell Stem Cell Journal, March 6, 2014. Slow down and just read it correctly and precisely. And nobody talking to me and in the You Now, but I see you in the house, You Now broadcast family. We're glad to have you in the house. I do appreciate you, even though I spend a lot of time talking to people on Facebook and YouTube. That's because the numbers there are just so much larger. But nonetheless, you are loved and appreciated too. Yes, you is. You certainly is. Or, you know what I'm talking about. And as I reconnect one more time to the YouTube family, let's continue this real quickly. Put up this. And boost your stem cells to rejuvenate your life. That's what I'm talking about. Copy. And boy, I'm a mess over here. These wires, all stuff got me all tangled up. Okay, so here we go. Back again, we're going live. Again, we are live. The time right now is 10:19 a.m. on the West Coast. That makes it 1:19 p.m. for our East Coast listeners. We're continuing this dialogue. Oh, the PPQ is not, a PQQ that I'm ordering is not that expensive at all. It's actually pretty reasonable. So I'm going to go ahead and cue that one up and get ready for that. Next, we're talking about dietary and metabolic control of stem cell function in physiology and cancer by Maria Mihailova from Cell Stem Cell Journal. Now I'm going to copy and cut and paste this because I want more than just myself and Brother Lim to do this research. Some of y'all could do this too. And so I give you the sources where you can get access to it if you choose to. If you don't choose to do this research, then I know whatever you have, engaging your mind, engaging your activities that you're excited about is good for the world, good for the planet. We're talking about calorie restriction, CR, caloric restriction. I think I may have had a whole chapter or close to a chapter on caloric restriction in this book, Living Superfood Longevity, because that is one of the best well-known factors to allow us to enjoy high quality life expansion. And did I have a chapter on caloric restriction? Chapter 9, caloric restriction, the standard American diet, food, and aging. So let's talk about CR. Caloric restriction is a dietary intervention that not only promotes health and lifespan in diverse species, but also has potential anti-cancer effects. Moreschi first observed in 1909 that calorie restriction negatively influenced tumor progression. And since then, the effects of calorie restriction on cancer incidence and progression have been extensively studied in numerous genetic mouse models and in xenograft experiments. It is generally observed that the calorie restriction state retards tumor growth, but its effects on cancer initiation are less certain. There are models in which calorie restriction has been reported to reduce tumor initiation and others in which it has no effect. And since this article is only focusing on cancer, I'm going to skip part of this because it gets really technical, and I don't like reading a lot of technical stuff when I'm on the air. It can make people's eyes roll in the back of their head. Before you know it, my audience just disappears on me. But what I can say is this. Here's the conclusion. It has long been observed that diet has a profound influence on tissue regeneration and cancer incidence. A better appreciation for diet sensing pathways and their effects on tissue homeostasis, perfect balance, and cancer initiation may lead to safer anti-cancer and anti-aging therapies, meaning we want to sell drugs. We don't want to tell you what food to eat. Leading to safer anti-cancer. When they said safer anti-cancer, boy, they certainly need some safer, because I made a list of all these cancer chemotherapies that cause cancer. Dietary interventions that sustainably drive regeneration by boosting stem cell numbers or function may potentially run the risk of increasing cancer. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. Increasing cancer incidence. Dietary interventions. In order to minimize this risk, future work will need to carefully address not only how diet regulates stem cell fate, but also how these changes alter susceptibility to transformation in stem cell and non-stem cell populations. The goal will be to identify regulatory networks induced by dietary interventions that safely enhance tissue repair and regeneration. Okay, since you guys don't know that, I'm going to skip to the next part and show the people what these people who only want to sell you cancer drugs. I'm going to show you what they couldn't tell you in that conclusion. And I didn't want to finish reading the conclusion once they exposed themselves as not knowing what they were talking about. Next article, the role of dietary carbohydrates in organismal aging by Jong-Yap Lee et al. In Cellular and Molecular Life Sciences magazine, December 2016. I'm putting that link up. And that's the name of the article, and here is the link to be able to get it. Here's what they say. Abstract. Carbohydrates are essential nutrients that are used as a primary source of energy. Carbohydrate utilization should be properly controlled, as abnormal regulation of carbohydrate metabolism is associated with diseases such as diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and stroke. These metabolic syndromes have become a serious problem in developed countries, and there is an increased need for research examining the influence of carbohydrates on animal physiology. Diets enriched in glucose, a major carbohydrate, are also associated with accelerated aging in several model organisms, including yeast and canorhabditis. Canorhabditis. It's a species, not an itis. Elegans, C. elegans, I could have just said that. Genetic factors that mediate the effects of high glucose diets on aging have been identified during the last decade, mostly through the use of C. elegans. In this review, we describe studies that determine the effects of carbohydrate-enriched diets on aging by focusing on the mechanisms through which evolutionary conserved pathways mediate the lifespan altering effects of glucose in C. elegans. These include the insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1, sterol regulating element binding protein, and AMP, activated protein kinase signaling pathways. We also discuss the effects of various carbohydrates and carbohydrate-derived metabolites on aging in model organisms and cultured mammalian cells. And next article, that one didn't inform us a lot, but as a researcher, that informed me a lot of where to go look for the answers. So the next article I'm going to share to you, I think, goes more to the answers, because I know I was reading something today that's talked about cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, and these other type of things, and how good they were. And I don't have a lot of time. I'm just giving you the title and the summary of this one. Dietary Regulation of Adult Stem Cells by Miyako D. Mana from Cell Stem Cell Journal, February 2017. Just part of the abstract. The purpose of the review: dietary intake is a critical regulator of organismal physiology and health. Tissue homeostasis and regeneration are dependent on adult tissue stem cells that self-renew and differentiate into the specialized stem cell types. So it says, we highlight recent studies that illustrate how diverse diets such as caloric restriction, fasting, high-fat diets, and ketogenic diets impact stem cell function and their microenvironments. So summary. I got to read this. This is important. Recent findings. Caloric restriction generally exerts positive effects on adult stem cells, notably increasing stem cell functionality in the intestine and skeletal muscle, as well as increasing hematopoietic stem cell quiescence. Similarly, fasting confers protection of intestinal, hematopoietic, and neuronal stem cells against injury. High-fat diets induce intestinal stem cell niche independence and stem cell-like properties in intestinal progenitors, while high-fat diets impair homeostasis or homeopoiesis and neurogenesis. So caloric restriction, good. Fasting, good. High-fat diet, bad. High-fat diet, real bad. That's the summary of what I just read. Summary. Caloric restriction and fasting are generally beneficial to adult stem cell function, while high-fat diets impair stem cell function or create opportunities for tumorigenesis. However, the effects of each diet on stem cell biology are complex and vary greatly between tissues. Given the recent interest in developing dietary interventions or mimetics as therapeutics, further studies, including on ketogenic diets, will be essential to understand how adult stem cells respond to diet-inducing signals and physiology. Now, they said ketogenic diets. So it's talking about keto, Atkins diets, high-fat, low-carb diets, and why those of us who know nutrition have said all along, they cause cancer. And this summary of this article just reaffirms that position that I took and others took. They are associated with increased risk of cancer. Now, again, the name of this article, in case you want to go back and verify that last point I made, Dietary Regulation of Adult Stem Cells by Miyako D. Mana, Cell Stem Cell Journal. So you're trying to lose weight, and you are losing weight on that keto diet. But do you know that that high-fat diet is causing big problems with your stem cell functionality? Next article, and I'm going to close with this. I think this is my closer. I did so much research this morning. Y'all don't believe how fast I be reading nowadays. I'm going to read through as much of this one. This one's rather long, but I'm going to skip parts of it because it is rather long. This next article I'm going to read is entitled Top 6 Ways to Boost Your Stem Cells Naturally. This is from the Regeneration Center of Thailand. And I think I can get this whole link in here. Copy, cut, and paste. And when I start copy, cut, and pasting stuff, you guys stop talking to me. I see you. I know how you treat me. What if you were already healthy and wanted to use stem cells as preventative medicine, but did not want to get stem cell transplants? Although less effective, you can use endogenous stem cells to boost your health and circulating stem cell count. Endogenous means you make it, your body makes it itself. Here are 6 ways to increase your natural cell count, stem cell counts. Number 1, good, clean diet full of stem cell nutrients. Food is medicine, and our diets play a significant factor in our body's natural regeneration cycles. And I say food is nature's most perfect medicine. Incorporating stem cell friendly foods into your diet is tremendous first stem cell to boosting, promoting a tremendous first stem to boosting, promoting natural cell growth. It's translated. Intermittent fasting is a good stem cell activator. It has been found to trigger rapid cellular regeneration. Berries, such as blackberries, goji berries, pomegranate, blueberries, and raspberries, all help improve superoxide dismutase, SOD, which is a powerful antioxidant. This enzyme is full of inflammation-reducing flavonoids and is excellent for reducing oxidative-related stress, which is a vital factor in support of optimal liver health and helps prevent joint pain. Ginger root is often used in Thai cooking to help settle upset stomachs. Ginger is also known to fight systemic inflation by inhibiting the effects of polyunsaturated fatty acid called arachidonic acid that can trigger an inflammatory response. Cruciferous vegetables such as cauliflower, broccoli, kale, cabbage, bok choy, garden cress, and broccoli sprouts are some of the best foods for stem cell growth. I'm going to repeat that. Cruciferous vegetables such as cauliflower, broccoli, kale, cabbage, bok choy, garden cress, and Brussels sprouts are some of the best foods for stem cell growth. You don't need a $5,000 experiment on you. You need to get this treatment in your kitchen every day, all day long. These veggies are full of the sulforaphane compound, which boosts enzymes in the liver that counter harmful toxins we might digest or breathe in. These green leafy vegetables are also packed with indole-3 carbonyl molecules that help reduce inflammatory agents in the bloodstream. Mushrooms like maitake and shiitake are also high in micronutrients known as polyphenols. These nutrients are stem cell enhancers and can be found in plant-based diets. They help protect and detoxify liver cells from dangerous toxins that can break down hormones in the body. Seeds and nuts are excellent snacks full of protein, clean protein, I say, and beneficial fats that keep you feeling full longer and helps to fight any cravings. Seeds contain anti-inflammatory plant sterols, while nuts are filled with alpha-linoleic acid. Linolenic, not linoleic. There are two different ones, linolenic and linoleic. Nuts are filled with alpha-linolenic acid, a type of inflammatory fighting omega-3 fat. They say seafood and fatty fish, another powerful natural adult stem cell activators, as they contain several omega-3 fatty acids. I'm not a recommender. I don't recommend seafood. It's contaminated poison nowadays, including EPA. EPA is most often found in cold water fatty fish, and numerous research studies have proven that fish oil is a powerful antioxidant that helps lower the risk of developing heart disease. And I think EPA, which is in omega-3 fatty acids, is also the substance from which your body makes DHEA, a very powerful youth-preserving hormone. Number 2, 6 ways to what? 6 ways to boost your stem cells. Number 2, stop smoking and reduce alcohol intake. Smoking reduces stem cells. Smoking what? Stop smoking. Smoking what? Stop smoking. And alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do alcohol. Because I know these things. I study these things. Adult alcohol and smoking can have severe negative impacts on proper stem cell function. Smoking what? Go smoke my herb. You can smoke your herb. You can smoke it. You have the choice to drink alcohol and smoke herb all day long and waste your stem cells, waste your brain cells, waste your neuroprotective cells, your neuroprotective capacity. Number 3, have an active lifestyle and exercise often. Exercise is a stem cell activator. And number 4, get good sleep. Healthy sleep tips, research, stem cell. Okay, this is going into detail. Number 5, avoid toxic products and environmental chemicals. They can harm the body's ability to maintain proper health and autoimmune responses that can lead to systematic lupus and other these things. I guess there's a lot of details here. Do the research and read the labels of any personal care products you might be considering buying, such as sunscreens, damaging, cleaning products, damaging, laundry products, can be damaging, teeth and hair products. Yes, yes, yes. Read the back of the label. If it says call Poison Control Center, it is not to be in your mouth. Number 6, avoid harmful and toxic medications, such as NSAIDs and that harm stem cells. I'm going to wrap it up, but I'm going to close with this, because it talked about these medications. These powerful bacterial antibiotics are often prescribed for urinary and respiratory tract infections. Fluoroquinolones have many side effects and have been associated with the orthopedic hip injuries and tendon ruptures in the knees. Ligaments in the body have their specific types of stem cells. So some medications that damage those cells result in the weakening or functioning of those tendons. Over a long period, these medications can lead to ruptures, degenerative disc disease, or chronic tendinopathy. One of my clients yesterday had apparently a disc disease incident when she fell out of bed. Well, over time, and then she's been on these pharmaceutical meds for so long. I'm trying to get them off, but it's not my decision. I can show you how to do it. I can give you the food. I can give you the books, but you got to make the decision. Over-the-counter medications. such as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, can also increase risk of getting autoimmune disease, kidney failure, neuropathy, gastrointestinal issues such as Crohn's disease, UC and IBD, irritable bowel disorder, or brain strokes. Instead of resorting to synthetic NSAIDs such as Aleve, ibuprofen, Motrin, or Celebrex, try natural anti-inflammatories such as turmeric, curcumin, or fish oil that don't carry such adverse side effects. Elderberry extract. And then lastly, 9 ways to enhance your stem cells before treatment. This is the last one. But I went over today because just today's research was just so doggone important. It really is. So important. Number 1, nutrition. Reduce your sugar intake. Go organic. Reduce your calories. Reduce your triglycerides. Stop eating all these fried foods. 2, stay active. Exercise and lift weights. 3, try taking healthy supplements such as vitamins C, D3, curcumin, glucosamine, and chondroitin, and resveratrol. But you can get most of those in the fruits and vegetables. Number 4, review your prescription and over-the-counter medications. Review means stop using as many of them as you possibly can. Number 5, avoid taking steroids when possible. Number 6, avoid environmental chemicals. Number 7, reduce your alcohol intake. Number 8, stop or smoking or using tobacco. And that's all smoking. Number 9, consider a trip to a higher altitude. Many elite athletes sleep in lower oxygen environments to reap the benefits of low oxygen. Stem cells grow and stay more viable at low oxygen levels, higher altitude. And so there it is. There it is. And lastly, I put up a link to Vitacost, to the nicotinamide riboside. And so hopefully you will be inspired. What do you think? Anybody on Facebook? Are you still talking to, or anybody on YouTube? Facebook people, you just don't talk to me anymore. Hopefully it is open for everybody because Lim is talking to me. Dr. Chen is in the house. She says, Asante for this support and knowledge. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I know you know what to do with this. Dr. Chen, you wouldn't believe. I am younger than when you met me in 2006. I'm physiologically much younger. And I'm just loving it. I'm loving it. I want the whole world to feel like this. I want the whole world to be a beneficiary of everything that I'm studying and the knowledge that I've gained. But I also want you to give me some love back. Y'all have a bad habit of not reciprocating. You take and you take and you take. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your cousins. But don't reciprocate. All this hard work that I do, for all that I did yesterday, I think I sold 1 book. That's like an income from me after expenses of like $9 for the day. Yeah, that's true. Now, I did have some clients come by and buy the food, so I at least paid for the day in my house and my utilities and stuff. But I'm really, really concerned that this LIB radio and this internet broadcasting thing has hit a brick wall. I've been doing it this is my 19th year. And I love doing it. I really enjoy doing this, but I can't keep doing it if no one wants to help. So I see you in the house. Derek just says, Keity, your information is fire. Thank you, Derek. Moyenda is in the house taking notes, Keity. I appreciate that. But you want to get the books. Living Superfood Longevity. Master the possibilities of high-quality life extension. In the books, go to keidi.biz. Look in the bookstore. You want to get the books. Living Superfood Longevity. Don't get sick. Stay off drugs. And live a long time. I put a lot of work into these books. You're still tripping about COVID-19? I stopped tripping about it by the end of February 2020 when I figured out it was a scam. And I wrote about it, and the book came out at the end of May called Panic What the coronavirus pandemic tells us about the state of the world. It's really about the state of the world that the book wants to inform you of, including the state of biology and virology and epidemiology and immunology. This book is now transforming the world. This book is my passport to the future. And Derek says, advertise your books more on Instagram. I don't think I've ever gotten a sale from Instagram, Brother Derek. Instagram, I don't know. I just think, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't use it. But Instagram bores me. It's too simplistic. Instagram to me, I'm sure this is not true for everyone, but Instagram to me is just a bunch of posers wanting to be the next Kardashian. I can't work with that. So the blackest soil, this is my passport to the future. The blackest soil, Africa can feed the world. Feed them what, Kitty? Feed them what I eat. That's what I want to feed them. But we got lots of these books. You gotta get these books. You gotta read them. Get the weight off. 30 days to a brand new you. Much of what we talked about today is in chapter 7. Rejuvenate. It talks about the breath, hydration, food, nutrition, exercise, fasting and detoxing, sleep and rest, psycho-spiritual orientation. And then the last chapter talks about the 4 stages of healing. Eliminate the course of disease causation, pathogenesis. Number 2, remove the disease and its symptoms. Number 3, release energy that was being misdirected. And number 4, rejuvenate on the cellular level. That was such an important chapter in that book. And the book is real inexpensive. I don't know why more people won't read it. Katie, you got to figure out why the people refuse to buy, support you, and read the books. Why are we in this dilemma to the point that I'm now starting thinking about, I'm going to shut this down like we did in 2014. We didn't shut it down completely in 2014, but we came close to shutting it down completely. I did go from 13, a peak of 13 broadcasts per week down to like 2. Because it just seems to me the people don't get it. They just don't get it. They don't understand. They don't understand. We run out of time for procrastinating. You read the book. All of you read the book. Don't even act like you didn't read the book called Fade to Black, The Passing of a Great Race. 45 more years left before we go to the museums. African Americans. Fade to black. You don't believe me? Look at the data. Cite the evidence. Randomly flip to any page. And look at what I wrote. What I randomly flipped to, I'd love to start reading this right now. But I can't. Because I already went way over time for today's broadcast. Because I thought today what we had to share was really just so very important. So, you know, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. Pressure in, are there any benefits to cholesterol and collagen? Yes. Yes, that's why your body manufactures these things. Your body wouldn't manufacture it if there wasn't any benefits. So you can support your brother or not. And I'll put up the link to where if you choose to support, yes you can. www.keidi.biz/CRP2012. Or you can donate at www.livradio.com on the front page at the bottom. I really do need help. I wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't clawing at me, nagging at me. I used to stay awake half the night because I'm saying, man, how am I going to pay these bills and how am I going to pay these bills? Finally, I decided, well, if I do my exercises late at night, do all them push-ups, it knocks me out and I don't lay awake ruminating about how am I going to continue to do what I love to do, what's needed what's desperately needed amongst the population, but that the people have come to prioritize this BS that America wants to put on our plate, on our intellectual plate to eat every day. No, you don't need to be talking about life extension, living to be 120 years of age. You need to be thinking about somebody said the N-word or police whooped another butt. And we just keep obsessing and obsessing and obsessing over this. People still talking about Donald Trump. Come on, please. I like you, Treese Lead, but I can't listen to your show anymore. I try and play your show when it's on the air. I played it this morning, but I couldn't listen to it. As I played it, I turned it down and did some other work. Because all she wants to talk about is reactionary stuff. Donald Trump. Who's talking about Donald Trump anymore? Are they leaders or are they reactionaries? Derek, I appreciate you, man. He says, I'll be buying a book tomorrow. I appreciate that. Molienda says, that's friends and family. Thank you for your support. Because as you can tell right now, my heart is kind of broken. I got really excited about today's program. And you know something? The size of the audience we had today, it wasn't that impressive. Because when I ask people to tell their friends about it, to share news and response, they don't do it. This is less people than I had a month ago. When I ask people to subscribe to the channel, the subscription numbers are going up, but not nearly at a rate where I said by the end of last year, I needed to hit 10,000. Not even halfway there. I want to ask the question, what do we do different to let the people come to appreciate it? Do I need to start talking about pop culture? Makeup tips? Do I need to bare my chest on the TV screen? Maybe tomorrow I'll do the entire program bare chested. It's cold in the room though. I have a tendency not only to caloric restriction, but heating restriction. Go to kidi.biz to the book archive and do the best you can. That's all we can ask of each other. Just do the best we can. And tell your friends to tell their friends that we have our own. And you know something? Our own is not really so bad. So Brother Derek and Moyenda, Alpha Grio, Brother Prester, and everybody, I appreciate, love ya. For being in the house on your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. We'll be back tomorrow as every Thursday with Tech Talk and Future Talk on LIB Radio. And get healthy, y'all. I know one thing. I'm going to be really healthy. After the program, I'm going to have to reset myself. I'm going out in my garden and watch the honeybees dance on my broccoli and collard green flowers. Peace, y'all. Mm-hmm.